With the wind cone. The goal is in between the wind cone and the grass yard is the spot we want to land.
Everybody hear that?
Yep.
Okay. So that doesn't mean you have to land this way. If for some reason the wind's coming this way down there, you got to come this way. But you want to land, there's the grass yard and the wind cone. You want to touch our feet right in there.
Okay.
Okay, but we still don't want low turns or anything goofy. You get set up and then you're gonna land where you're gonna land.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you come in high or low, once you set up your long final glide, you're gonna end up where you are. So if you're doing like Corsair, right? He went way long, did a turn. Now he's probably just gonna do S turns or something, or maybe start doing figure eights. Whichever one you pick, once you start getting to that certain altitude and you turn for it, you're at where you're at.
Don't pull that.
Right? It doesn't mean you can't turn to avoid if you're that far or whatever. All right.
So I'm gonna run this direction.
Quickly.
Oh, sorry.
So now this is what I'm saying. Right now, his center point's there, and he's pointed right here, right?
A little bit open.
Yeah, so you could, yep, pull that center back even more. Right there. Yep, and now we just go like this, and now he's a little more heading this way. Does that make sense? Little 10-degree heading changes, man, can really, they don't only help physically and literally, but they help our mind game, man. We just feel good about like really dialing everything in to minimize risk as much as possible. Pull that back.
Can you check that too?
All right, man. Nice deep breath. So again, guys, Corsair was a little wild on the brakes. His glider's much different than yours. He did a big pump, then he kind of realized he went back up too quick, so he came back down. It worked for his wing with your wings. It'll work for yours too, but most of you guys flying low V's, he was a little wild, right? So, going straight in up there. This little streamer's working. There's a north wind down there, okay? So I think we're gonna get some north wind. There's north wind down there, so we could be in a shadow. We might go over to the knob and see what it's doing, okay? But I think you're good with wind, but be attentive near the hill. You might hit a little light, right, wash coming off the ridge from a north wind, okay?
Okay.
Is your GoPro on?
Yep.
All right. Never a rush at this point. I want pilots ready and hooking up, but when you're at this point, you take all the time you need, visualize it.
That's a good sign right there.
Launching.
Transition into the harness while you hold that little bit of pressure. Yeah, that's a good job. Great work, John. Make sure you're all the way in that harness with your heel resting on your speed bar. You can always put both brakes in your left hand, look down at your reserve handle and touch it. And then just really enjoy that flight, man. Just look around, enjoy it, make sure your wing looks good, everything looks good. Play around with your brake pressure, play around with weight shift. Smile. Have a great flight, a great landing. All right, a little more pressure. Yeah, stay there with your pressure. You needed a little more as you were running off the hill. Move those hands up and down a little. As you get in the harness, just focus on keeping that pressure. Don't touch those guys, just keep a little pressure. Good work, Bob. Lean a little left, come a little closer to the hill. You can always put both brakes in your left hand, look down and touch that reserve handle. Then just really have a good flight, and then remember, if you hit some bumps, just lean back, eyes on the horizon, make sure you're like kind of hanging out at minimum sync or a tiny bit more, and weight shift away from the hill through the turbulence.
Christy, if you launch, I'm here in the LZ to check your flare timing.
Christy, F. Above your head.
Probably 10 feet further.
What'd you say?
It's probably 10 feet further from the
Bob, you're
line.
looking great, man. Get used to looking down, looking around, smile, enjoy the flight. Really commit to your turns.
You saw that?
Heavy weight shift.
You saw the landing?
Pressure on both brakes. Have fun with those turns. Like flip it around a little more confidently. Pull a little more brake on the left side. Yeah, have fun, man. So you can tell you're going over the ground faster now, right, Bob? This is definitely downwind. We have a little bit of a north wind out there. Get used to looking at those guns on the ground, everybody.
Our party last night was good. It was like quiet, weird party. That's my kind. Not loud drunk party. Did you go before you left for here? Did you go to the casino again? I did, yeah. Yeah, so what, you ended up with like 400 bucks?